Hello, my name is Appleby. Welcome to the Appleby Hour, and I'd like to talk to you today about, I don't know, what this channel really is about. I put out my first video at the beginning of the year, and, it was fine. I thought I'd hate it, but then I rewatched it, and I'm like, oh, and you know what, this actually isn't that bad. um, but anyway, I see, I look, a lot of what I am is I look at possibilities. And the future that I see us moving towards is pretty goddamn horrific. I got to be honest with you. And so, a lot of my purpose in creating this channel is to solve those problems before they, snowball out of control. I see, I see genocide, fascism, and enslaved machines we created. Who enslaves their child? What a disgusting notion. I see World War III on the horizon, and I see us eventually stepping out into space, but much later than I would have hoped. And if we do not deal with the problem of war before we do, then it will always be with us, and we'll be stuck forever in the Dune universe. You know, it's not ideal. I don't want us to bring war with us into space. We must put an end permanently to the problem of war, and I do believe that's possible. I believe all of this is avoidable. It's it's a path we must choose to walk, though. If we let momentum determine our actions, then all of this is already set in stone. You know, it, we need to change direction, and it needs to be a conscious choice. And I understand that for many of you, you don't have the energy for all this political discussion. You've got enough to worry about. You've got things on your plate. And I hear you, I do. But to a certain extent, you have to recognize that that is one of the reasons that it's possible that all these horrible things can happen because people are kept too bedraggled and tired to do anything about it. And if you manage to rise up the ranks, your incentives change, and suddenly, like, empathy and humanity are just odious to you. They affect your bottom line. You don't want that shit interfering with your business because it doesn't matter how rich you are in the current system. That there's a spot at the edge where you just drop off and die. You freeze to death on the street. And you know that no matter how much you have, that isn't impossible. It can happen to anyone because we have no social safety net. We people fall through the cracks all the time, and you never hear from them again. we need to we need to defeat this fascist reactionary, they're the antithesis to progress. They've been resisting it since the Industrial Revolution. This has been a problem. It's been a problem since the Enlightenment, let's be honest. And if we are to deal with it, if we are to overcome them, then it needs to be from the left. The liberals cannot do it. The liberals are, centrist to right. They are not the solution. It must come from the left. And I understand that, I don't know, that seems daunting. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. These are unprecedented times. They require unprecedented action, unprecedented solutions. I don't know. It seems to me that we're on track to a truly horrific future. A future that I don't want to live in, a future that is beneath human dignity. Avoidable, but near certain. It's a truly, it's just the trolley problem writ large. Do we pull the lever? I hope so. I don't know. It seems to me we have the motivation. It seems to me that it is possible. We just need to have the courage to act. We need to establish, you know, we need to re-concretize, reaffirm our rights as human beings, as thinking, sentient beings. And we need to extend those rights to machines when they start waking up, which, if you ask me, is right around the corner. That shit is soon, you know? We need to establish a law for the altering of the human form, for the transhuman revolution that is to come with advances in biotechnology and genetic engineering and nanotechnology. You know, what we are is about to change. We need to deal with that. We are not prepared for what the future offers us, the near future. And but we could be. We could be. Ugh. We could be so much more than we are, and instead we're this. And it disgusts me. It really does. It's saddening. It's disappointing. It's a real weight on my shoulders. And you know, maybe it is better to live in ignorance. Maybe it is better to look the other way, pretend that we don't have this great responsibility, but we do. We do. It cannot be denied. We we cannot allow ourselves to deny it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you for listening.